Hi, I'm here with Angela Stubbs from the City of Kingston Economic Development Department. We're talking about how councils can use LinkedIn as a business tool. Angela, I guess to start, how long have you been using LinkedIn yourself?
Well, I guess I started thinking about LinkedIn when I kept getting invitations all the time in my email, and I wondered how I could make the most of them. So I looked at it from an eco-dev point of view. If we had the opportunity to grow a network of professionals, then I could start by updating my profile and trying to get other business people involved so that we networked virtually as well as when we had workshops.
Great. So how long have you been doing that, and I guess has it been successful so far?
Yes, we've started bit by bit. So by first of all just going online and updating my own profile so that I had my resume and my CV current, and also putting in the projects that I'm working on at Kingston gave me the opportunity to then send that to a couple of the newer contacts that I had and to start accepting some of the invitations that were coming through from that network. So it's probably been about 6 to 8 months that the network of my professionals has started to grow.
Yes, and you've set up some groups as well, City of Kingston groups. Do you want to tell us a little bit about those groups?
The more that I experimented with LinkedIn, the more I started to find out about the extra tools that it had. And by setting up a group for our industry area, we were able to invite the relationships that we had with different businesses in Kingston to be part of that we could push out some information and start some discussions. And Marion, with our Women in Business group, has been able to start quite a lot of discussion through that group, and we've also got a CEO roundtable and a Rising Stars group that converse together through LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I believe some of these groups have helped you to, get more people to some of your offline events.
Exactly. Yes, we can tell people. It's another tool to be able to communicate and market what we're doing, and for them to be able to click on a link that we can attach to find out about those events.
Yeah, and has that worked for you? I mean, I know you did send out a Women in Business event, and you got quite a few people come in and sign up.
It gives us an opportunity to have a conversation with those people because they can access the information, but they can also come back and ask us questions directly, and others can see that as well.
Yep.
So it gives us that two-way communication.
And in terms of some of the other tools, the answers aspect to LinkedIn, have you been using those kind of tools yourself?
Yes, I've actually played around and found out some more about some of the other tools, and being able to ask a question around an issue in business and get feedback from an outside global kind of perspective rather than just our local information has been really useful, because it's led me to different directions, and you get a sort of 24 to 48 hour window to get that information back.
And what kind of people have you, I guess, networked with in LinkedIn that you may not have otherwise met? And what have the benefits been, I guess?
It's been quite interesting to see the number of people who've contacted me outside my circle that have seen the activity that's been going on in LinkedIn, and we just recently had an approach from the UK where there's a person who's coming out using e-democracy tools that wants to just find out more about what's happening with Kingston. So that was one link that we'd had from an overseas contact, but we've certainly had from regional groups that are interested in economic development contact me directly to find out how we're using LinkedIn as a communication tool.
Great. So in terms of, I guess, other councils, what kind of advice would you give other councils in terms of getting set up on
I think it's a
LinkedIn?
matter of really just jumping in and playing around and experimenting and finding out more about it for yourself. You start, it's like the circles of influence. You start small with your own professional network and your own CV, and then you spread that a little bit further to your contacts and relationships that you've got through your emails and your workshops and your Outlook, and the people that you've had in the past, and then the people that you meet in different business contacts, and that's a way of just using it as an additional communication tool. Yeah.
Okay. Any other, I guess, bits of information that you think are important? Any other learnings? What, in terms of training and development, how easy do you think it is for somebody who's never used LinkedIn to come to terms with it?
Look, it's a fairly it's easy to manoeuvre yourself if you just start to look at the information that's available. There's a bit of a help tab that you can use. There was one opportunity to start up a different group that I didn't know how to do it, and so I just emailed off to the LinkedIn support team, and they were able to send back a direct email telling me how to work through the steps. But it is an easy to use tool. It's very self-explanatory, and you just follow the prompts, and it works. You know, I don't think anyone needs any special training. It's just something you've got to have a go and try it yourself.
Great. Well, look, thanks very much, and yeah, let's see how we go over the next few months. Thank you.